Good morning, everyone. We are the Group 8 reporters and we are assigned to report Module 4, Lesson 2. To get started, let's hear from the first reporter up to the last reporter.
So good day everyone. I am the first reporter. I am April Jubila Canaria, and as you can see in the screen, our topic for today is all about the lesson 2, managing the enterprise and introduction of marketing. So my assigned topic is management definition. So Joseph Massey, an author of Essentials of Management, defines management as a process by which cooperative group directs actions toward common goals. Second, according to Robert Hughes, an author of business, defines that management as the process of coordinating the resources of organization in order to achieve its primary goals. So what is management or managing is the administration of organization, whether it is a business, a non-profit organization, or a government body. So it is an art of science of managing resources of the business. So management includes the activities of setting the strategy of an organization and coordinating the effort of its employees. So to accomplish an objectives through the application of available resources such as financial, natural, technological, and human resource. What is management and its benefits? Management provides maximum utilization of scarce resources by selecting its best possible makes use of experts, professionals, and this service leads to use of their skills, knowledge, and proper utilization and avoid wastage. So what is management again? What is the examples of management? A management is a process of planning, decision making, organizing, leading motivation, and controlling the human resources, financial, physical, and information resources of an organization to reach its goals and efficiently and effectively.
Good morning, everyone. I am Everlit I. Pagunsan and I am assigned to discuss the next topic, which is production resources. The production resources are the following. Number 1, material resources. Number 2, financial resources. Number 3, human resources. And number 4, informational resources. When we say material resources, these are the tangible, physical resources which are used for production. For example, in industry, producers use steel, cement, glass, machine, and equipment. While in agricultural, farmers use fertilizers, seeds, machines, tools, and pesticides. These are the example of material resources. It depends on what field of industry a certain organization belongs. Another example is in school they use books, chairs, rooms, laboratories, and other physical facilities. When we say financial resources, these are the funds that the business organization needs for various purposes. With sufficient funds, business organization can implement their projects successfully. And human resources. Human resources are the most important resources of production. It is the people who plan and implement business activities. In line with that, progressive operations stress human resource development through education and training of their employee. The proper utilization of human resource will possibly bring a business success. And lastly, the informational resources. Correct and complete information is vital to the success of any business organization. Without information, the organization cannot formulate a good plans and programs, especially in decision making. Facts are very important. In order to be effective, the entrepreneur must know the needs of his customers, the strategies of his business rivals, technological development, and business policies of the government.
Again, good morning everyone. I am Ivaros Bitimbangan. In the continuation of the report, I am assigned to discuss the functions of management. Who is in charge of steering employees in the right direction as they pursue those objectives? Of course, the answer is the management. Yes, the leaders and supervisors are the ones who not only set the finish line but also support their teams in crossing the line. To do so, Managers need to fulfill core responsibilities known as the four functions of management, which are the planning, organizing, controlling, and leading, that serve as the way that effective managers leverage this framework to better meet their organization's goals. So, first is planning. It means to plan the goals and strategies. So, in planning, managers first need to develop a detailed action plan. In the planning phase, management should identify the goals and create a reasonable course of action to attain them. When drafting a successful plan, it includes aligning the goal with the organizational vision, considering factors that may impact the project internally and externally, and establishing a realistic timeline while being mindful of resource and budgetary constraints. The second is organizing. It means to set all resources into implementation of plans. The function of organizing is consist of taking the previously created plan and putting it into action. The key activities in these functions include identifying all of the necessary steps of the project, determining who will complete the actions and deploying those resources to work, establishing levels of authority and responsibility for every individual involved, and lastly, organizing facilitates a clear development of the organizational structure for executing the plan. The third is controlling. It means to monitor and evaluate performance. The controlling function consists of monitoring performance and progress through project execution and making adjustments as needed. Managers should ensure that employees meet deadlines while simultaneously balancing synchronicity among the project resources and the overall budget. Managers may need to take corrective action and be proactive in their approach to ensure that team members meet their assigned deadlines. And lastly, the fourth one is leading. It means to lead employees from the front or its people. The leading stage consists of motivating and influencing employees to do the work and meet performance standards. Keep in mind that effective leadership extends beyond delegating and directing employees what to do. Example of effective leadership skills that manager can focus on include frequent and clear communication, expressing empathy, being an active listener, maintaining transparency, and empowering the team to perform the best of their ability. Indeed, applying the four functions of management may seem challenging at first, but with the right resources and knowledge, manager can carry out all duties successfully. Remember that no matter which industry you work in, the functions of management are consistent and applicable across all sectors.
Good day, everyone. I am Jamaica Ilapraso, and I will be the one to discuss the role of management. In the Philippines, there is an ambulance of human resources. We have also rich natural resources. Such abundant human resources have remained idle and underemployed. In the case of our natural resources, many have not been utilized for production. Unfortunately, it is the foreigners who have been given the opportunities to exploit our cheap human and natural resources. Their money and technology have provided them a natural advantage. The private sector remains to be the engine of economic development. This is the fundamental policy of the national government. In economics, it is always best to use the more abundant resources for production. The role of management, therefore, should be to give top priority to labor-intensive projects. These utilize more labor and natural resources. Thus, our idle labor force and underutilized natural resources will be productive. The role of business management should not only maximize profits for its stockholders, but also to help the jobless. Our country has millions of jobless people. Such very precious human resources constitute an innermost economic waste if they are not used in the production of goods and services. it is the social responsibility of management to employ such resources for the good of the economy and society. Management is dynamic by nature and evolves to meet needs and constraints in the organization's external and internal environments. In a global marketplace where the rate of change is rapidly increasing, flexibility and adaptability are crucial to the managerial process. This process is based in four key functional areas of the organization, which is discussed by the other member of the group, which is planning, organizing, controlling, and leading. A well managed organization can effectively utilize its resources, including human, physical, and financial, and achieve its objectives as well as meet the society's need.
As what George S. Patton say, never tell people how to do things. Tell them what to do, and they will surprise you with their ingenuity. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I am Jamaica Saad Hamin, and I will be discussing basic functions of management as well as the basic functions of a manager. If you'd have to name a single function in the organization that can make or break it, you might mention management. The control of the operations and the people behind them is what management is about, and it can be a tougher task than many imagine. As you know, management is about organizing people and processes in a manner that helps the organization achieve specific objectives. The management process wants to ensure different parts work together to attain these goals. How can this be done? Well, in most instances means dealing with different resources and allocating them to correct roles and purposes. Management includes guidance and monitoring of these resources as well. You are essentially managing how other people perform a specific role and use resources instead of doing it yourself. As a manager, you are essentially a facilitator. For example, if A needs to be done, you find B to do it and provide him or her the strategy and the resources to do it. So that explains the core concept. But what about the functions of a manager in management? You need to identify and understand the key components of management as well. In general, there are 5 basic functions of a manager. Number 1, setting objectives. Setting and achieving objectives is the primary way a manager accomplishes and maintains success. They must also be able to convey them to their staff or employees in a compelling manner. For instance, a restaurant manager could state they want to improve service times and remind employees that faster service increases revenue and tips. Number 2, organizing. Managers evaluate the type of work, divide it into achievable tasks, and effectively delegate it to staff. Organization consists of a series of relationships among individual staff as well as departments or entities inside the organization. It is the manager's responsibility to ensure that these individuals and entities work together in harmony, which includes motivating staff members and departments to stay on task. Number 3, motivating the team. In addition to the task of organization and delegation, motivation includes having the skills to handle different types of personalities in a team. An effective manager must know how to form and lead successful teams and know how to galvanize team members around a cause. Number 4, devising systems of measurement. Managers need to set targets or key performance indicators that the team aims for and then generate ways to measure whether their team is on track to meet those goals. Because it can be challenging to come up with measurable ways of understanding performance, managers must often be creative and thoughtful. However, like the other functions of management, Measurement is critical to improving business performance. And number 5, developing people. In addition to leading their team toward a goal and measuring their progress along the way, good managers invest in their staff's development. Managers can, for example, work with their team to help them set goals to move up in their careers. To sum up everything, managers must have leadership skills to use these 5 functions successfully. They are responsible for coaching their team members by helping them recognize their strengths and weaknesses and improve performance. Different managers may have different styles of leadership. Regardless of their style, managers should develop their leadership skills to be effective supervisors. And that is the end of my report. Thank you all for listening. Now, let's move on to the next reporter.
Hello everyone, I am Rosalie H. Limaco. To continue the report, I am assigned to discuss characteristics of successful managers. Efficient and effective managers possess skills that are vital in performing their functions. However, such skills are only productive if these are used properly. Here are the key management skills. First, technical skills. What is technical skills? Technical skills are the knowledge and capabilities to perform field-specific specialized tasks. Lower-level managers need technical skills, although their subordinates perform the technical job. They are better managers if they know the technical aspect of the job. Even top-level managers need technical skills. They are more effective if they are familiar with the technical side of the job. Second, conceptual skills. Conceptual skills are the abilities that allow an individual to better understand complex scenarios and develop creative solutions. Concepts make a big difference between success and failures of a business. The person who can conceptualize the future of a business is in a better position to introduce innovation for business success. In fact, business opportunities are the products of ideas or dreams. The one who conceptualized the paper clip become rich, a gambler transformed a desert into an empire of wealth and pleasure. For example, instead of jumping heads first to a project, you can understand why you are doing the project, how it relates to the organization as a whole, and how it affects the external environment. Third, interpersonal skills. Interpersonal skills are the skills we use every day when we communicate and interact with other people, both individually and in groups. The ability to relate well with people is certainly a plus factor in business. An entrepreneur who understands the needs and motives of individuals and shows compassion and sincerity is more likely to be successful. People are the most important assets of an organization. Therefore, they should be treated with dignity. For example of interpersonal skills include empathy, active listening, and emotional intelligence. Fourth, diagnostic skills. Diagnostic skills refer to an individual ability to identify a particular problem and define it. These skills are acquired through formal training, practice, and experimentation. An entrepreneur or management must be able to identify and evaluate the problems of the enterprise. Such skills are needed to prevent situations from getting worse. A manager who can prevent problems from taking place is much better than one can solve problems. For example, for diagnostic skills include attention to detail, understanding oneself, respecting the opinions of the others. Fifth, or the last, analytic skills. Analysis are essentials in all aspects of the business operations. For instance, analysis are needed in the formulation of goals and strategies. Such skills are also needed in problem solving and decision making process. For example of analytic skills are data analysis, research critical thinking, communication, problem solving, visualization, and creativity. That's all my report, and the next topic will be discussed by the next reporter. Thank you.
I am Sarah Jane Rimolio Sara. I am assigned to the topic Management by Objectives or MBO. Management by Objectives or MBO, also known as Management by Planning or MBP. It was first popularized by Peter Drucker in his 1954 book, The Practice of Management. According to Peter Drucker, management by objectives are based on teamwork and team results. All members of the organization focus their efforts towards the attainment of a common goal of the organization. Management by objectives is the process of defining specific objectives within an organization that management can convey to organization members, then deciding how to achieve each objective in sequence. This process allows managers to take work that needs to be done one step at a time to allow for a calm yet productive work environment. In this system of management, individual goals are synchronized with the goals of the organization. Example of MBO. The story of three stonecutters shows the real manager among them. They were asked what they were doing. One stonecutter said, I am making a living. The other one answered, I am doing the best stone cutting in the entire country. The third stonecutter said with a proud voice, I am building a cathedral. The last one obviously is the true manager. He has a vision and considers himself part of the team.
Good morning, everyone. I am Shalame in Alapap, and I am assigned to discuss the next topic, which is the need for risk management. Any business enterprise is faced with several risk possibilities. To sustain its business viability or success, an enterprise should eliminate or minimize business risk, such as fire, natural calamities, pilfering, robbery, strikes, accidents, and so forth. In rich countries, most enterprises insure their products and properties against the risk of doing business in the form of damage, theft, injury, and other. Likewise, individuals insure their families, properties, and themselves. Entrepreneurs adopt risk management programs to eliminate or reduce risk. Risk is the possibility that a loss or injury will take place. In a modern world, risks are all around us. For instance, car accident, destruction of properties by flood or fire, or physical injury or even death. In business, there is always risk, such as wrong business decisions, poor management, or negative business environment. However, if risk cannot be avoided, at least this can be reduced by the use of the following. Number 1, employee safety program. Number 2, proper safety equipment. Number 3, burglar alarms, security guards and guard dogs. Number 4, fire alarms, sprinkler system and similar safety measures. Number 5, accurate accounting and financial controls.